Good morning and welcome back to the second hour with Lovebabz Lovetalk. I'm Babs Rolls Ivy. I'm delighted I get to talk to Rudy Foster, who plays
Hey,
Otis Williams in
yeah.
Ain't Too Proud to Beg. Hey, how are
Hello,
you?
hello. I'm doing
Good
all right. Thanks for
morning.
having me.
Thank you for making some time in your morning, because I know you're probably busy.
Yes, yeah. They got us running around.
I know they do. So you're coming to New Haven with this wonderful musical, Ain't Too Proud. Is this your first time with this particular musical?
Yes, so we've been out on the road since this past fall, and yeah, all of us were new to the show, and so that was some people had seen it or were familiar with it, but yeah, it's all of our first time working on it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I was talking about you earlier. I was like, now he is too young to know anything about the Temptations. Did you have to call your parents and your grandparents to ask about who are the Temptations?
Well, the thing is, I feel like so many people, even if they were not growing up with it at the time that the music was first coming out, I feel like even now in 2025, you can hear these songs when you're out and about at a coffee shop or at the mall or wherever. You're going to hear My Girl, you're going to hear Just My Imagination. You know what I mean? So it's like these songs are all over still. The Temptations music, Motown music in general, too, is such a big part of the global music story.
And so, I know you probably had a passing understanding of these music, but now that you're singing it night after night, does have you fallen in love with them? Do you, and does it make you want to know more about these old songs?
Yeah, yeah. So I personally already had a really close connection with a lot of this music just because I grew up listening to so much of it. And like I said, it's all over. But I think the thing that's been really rewarding about going all over the country with this show and telling the story of these men is everyone has their own connection to it. And we get to talk to audience members sometimes who will say, "Oh, I remember the first time I heard Ain't Too Proud to Beg. I remember there was a guy who was like, I remember singing I'm Gonna Make You Love Me to the girl that I wanted to go to go to the dance with." You know what I mean? And so it's been really rewarding to hear other people's connections to this music while sharing the story of the folks who were making the music.
So, what made you say yes to this role? Like,
Well,
because
okay.
you're an actor and you're a working actor,
Yes.
and this is a musical, and a lot of dancing and all. I mean, the Temptations are known
Yeah,
for their choreography. Like, what made you say yes to this hard work?
absolutely. Well, so I saw this show on Broadway in, I want to say early 2020. I saw it on Broadway, and I was so taken with it because, again, first of all, I love the music, and I think it's a really compelling story. The story of the Temptations and Motown at large. But also for me, I just had never seen on Broadway so many Black men in a story that was focused on Black men. And
Hmm.
that was something that was immediately very special to me. And I walked out of the theater at the end of the show and I was meeting with a friend in Times Square and I said, I've got to be in this show. I was like, I don't know when, I don't know how, but I'm going to be in Ain't Too Proud at some point. And so when the opportunity came along, I was like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to be a part of it. And here I am. So I'm so
Hmm.
grateful for it.
So, tell me about what you know about Otis Williams. This
Yeah.
is a
So
founding member,
there's
right?
somebody going by
Founding
in here.
member.
Yeah, so we actually have gotten to meet Otis a couple times, which is really incredible. He came when we opened in Chicago back in September, and then we also had some dates in Detroit that he came to, and it's really wonderful to meet him. We didn't get a lot of time to like chat with each other. He's got such this like outsized grand presence. It was always dressed
Because he's
with
a he's
the
a big
sparkles and the
guy.
sequins. Yeah, he's a big guy. And all of them, they were like 6 feet plus. They're all like tall guys. And so it was really, he's been so supportive. And something that has been exciting for me as I got into the character and as I got into working on the play is the idea that everybody was sort of doing the best that they knew how to do. And sometimes it was maybe the right decision. Maybe there was a different decision that could have been made. But this level of fame, this level of money for people who did not come from that, and all happening so quickly, it didn't really exist on that level before this. So they didn't have really a blueprint of what of this is what you do now. This is what you do now. And so I think everybody was doing the best they knew how to do at the time,
Hmm.
which has been helpful for me. And I think several of us who are in it to not judge our characters, but we're just telling the story.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
So, tell me a little bit about how you grew up and how did you come to? Do you consider yourself a singer first or an actor second? Like how do you say that about yourself?
Yeah, so when I first started, so I've been singing since I was a child. I started singing. I'm from Tennessee. I'm from Chattanooga,
So you're
Tennessee.
somebody's church.
Yes, I did. I started singing in church when I was like maybe 4 years old, 5 years old, very, very young. And then I actually joined a boys choir when I was 8 years old. And so that was when I first started getting like formal voice training. And so my first background has always been in singing. But as I got older and as I started doing theater and musical theater, so you start adding dance and you start adding the acting and all of that in there. By the time I got into high school, I was doing all of them. I went to college at the University of Chicago,
Hmm.
and I have a degree in theater where I really focused on acting and writing. So, yeah, I would say that, in this business, you got to be able to do all of them. Uh, you know,
Is that still true, Rudy? Is that because I know that used to be true? Is it still true that you have to know how
it
to
depends on
sing,
the piece.
dance, and
It depends on the piece because obviously not everything needs the same stuff. But like, yeah, with this show, our choreographer Sergio Trujillo, he won the Tony Award for his choreography for this show, which the Tony Awards coming up this weekend.
yes?
And
Now, do you get to go to that? Do you go to that?
I don't get to go, but we are going to be watching. Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
excited to watch. Yeah, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's like these moves. People come expecting the moves. If you're doing a show about the Temptations, they want
Oh
to
my
see us
God! And
going, and
you
we're doing
can't
so
be
many.
half with
Yeah,
this.
and so we've got some really cool stuff, but also because it's the stage, because it's now in 2025, we've also punched it up for the stage to make it even bigger and even flashier than some of the stuff that you may see if you go back and watch, some performances of the actual Temptations in the '60s and stuff. And so it moves really smoothly. Also, again, with the Temptations, you want to hear those harmonies, you want to hear those soulful vocals, and so for this piece in particular, you got to be able to bring the acting because if you know anything about the story, there are ups and downs and ins and outs, twists and turns, and so you got to be acting and you got to be singing it and you got to be moving and grooving.
This this seems like a lot of work, Rudy.
It is.
Like this is a Zumba aerobic class all in one. Like
Yes, it is a
it's
lot of
a
work, but I'm so grateful and we have such a great time doing it, and it's so rewarding to, like I said, take it to people all over the country and to take them back to some of their own memories, but also to share this really incredible story of this brotherhood between these men,
now
um,
have your
and what they were able
parents
to
seen
create.
it? And your people, your family?
Okay, so actually, they have not yet, but they're coming this
What?
weekend. Well, we're going to Atlanta this weekend, and they're finally
Okay.
seeing it on Saturday. And we've got a long week with a lot of going from here and there. But I was just talking to some people yesterday, and I was like, my parents are finally coming to see it, and both of my grandmothers, who are both in their early 80s, are coming to see it as well. And so I'm so they've I've been doing this for a long time, and so they have seen me in a lot of things, but they've never seen me do anything like this. And
Oh.
so I'm really excited. I didn't have to give them a language warning because we got some language in there. So I said I do have some language, so prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
But they know the Temptations. I mean, they know the Supremes. They know the
Oh
whole
yeah.
Motown.
Oh yes.
If you grew up listening, you heard this stuff.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And so we're all, yeah, like I said, I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is just it's a little about 2 hours away from Atlanta. And so
Hmm.
we just haven't really been in that region a lot on the tour. And so once we got to Atlanta, they're like, we're bringing everybody. We're all coming down. So I'm excited for
So,
them.
so talk to me, Rudy, because I don't want to keep you too long, but I'd like to spend a little bit more time talking about
Sure,
your
sure.
artistry. What does it mean to be a working artist these days, and what does it look like in 2025? Because you're a young man,
Yeah,
and you've done. I've looked at your bio. You've done a lot of stuff. What
yeah,
does it look like? I mean, are the doors opening? Do you feel you're getting called for roles? Are you saying yes to things that that are uplifting to you? Like, how do you
yeah.
decide what to do?
So I think it's the first thing is that you have to always be looking. You know what I mean? You have to always be looking for what's next. We've been working on this. We started rehearsals last August, and we close at the end of July, so in just a couple months here. And you have to always be looking ahead, which for me is something that I struggled to adjust to when I entered the business, just because I like to be able to process slowly. I like to be focused on what I'm doing. Something like this, where I'm on stage almost the whole time. I have, 96 pages of dialogue. So I have a lot of stuff, and I want to stay focused on that. But I also know that it has an end date, and I have to be looking forward to whatever is coming next. It's been interesting because for all of us, as we're on the road crisscrossing the country, we've all had a lot of other auditions and things that we're being called in for, and we've all had to do the dance of, am I able to figure out how to get to New York in person for this? Am I able to just send a tape? Am I able to hop on Zoom? And so you have to be flexible in that way. You've got to be able to bring it through the camera, in person, when you're exhausted, when you're well rested. You got to be able to bring it at all times. I do think that something like this is a really interesting and exciting opportunity for so many of us, but for myself in particular, I've never worked on a show with this many, with an all black cast like this, or nearly all black cast like this. There's 22 black people in our cast, and that's something that I've never done before in my career, and something that's so special to me. And another part of why I wanted to, and we're all playing black people, you know what I mean, and playing real people. Barry Gordy, Diana Ross, Smokey Robinson, like all of these, we're all playing these influential, beyond influential feels like an understatement, right? But we're all playing these icons of music and culture. And so, yeah, I think that it's an incredible opportunity. And I just think that for me, I am really trying to make sure that I soak up all of this experience while I can, and apply it to whatever comes next. Personally, I feel a momentum. I feel it being pushed forward from this. And so me and my agents and a lot of my team, we're all really excited about what comes next. I'm excited to see what happens next, but I'm loving working on this show.
Oh, I love it.
I hope that answers your question. I feel like that sort of answers it, right?
No, I think it does. So how do you what do you do for downtime? Like how do you because this is a big show. You've traveled all over the place with this thing. It's it's singing, it's dancing, it's moving. And so what do you do to take care of yourself? How do you self-care? What do you do to before I go to the next thing, I
drink a lot of water. But I like to lay down. I like to lay down. Personally, I like to go somewhere and lay down, and so that's the thing. And I'm a big TV watcher. I like to watch television and movies and stuff, and so that's a fun hobby of mine. And so I get a lot of time to do it once the show's over. It's also cool as we go from place to place to experience different food in various locations. Has been another way that several of us have gotten to sort of take a breath away from the stage of it all. We were just in Maine for a couple of days last week, and so we were going to find the lobster rolls and find.
When you come to New Haven, we are the pizza capital of the world.
Okay, I was going to say somebody was talking about the New Haven pizza, and it's unique. It's a different type of pizza, right?
Yes, and it's you have to pick a side. So
where should we go?
Oh well, there's the three that's always known around the world, which is Modern, Sally's, and Pepe's.
Modern, Sally's, and Pepe's.
But there's other pizza places too, Suparti's, but they're in West Haven. So somebody will steer you right. Yeah. And if you're lucky,
we have some local crew members usually, and we'll ask them also for local recommendations.
So you tell me where to go get pizza. And
I was like, they have us booked pretty solid usually, but yeah, it's when we have meal breaks and things, and it's well, let me see how I can get out and explore a little bit of where we are, at least for a moment.
Well, I hope you do. Will this be your first time in New Haven at the Shubert?
I passed through New Haven, on the train and stuff, because I live in New York, and so I worked in a couple of theaters in New Hampshire last year, and so we would pass through New Haven on the train. But I'm excited to actually spend a few days there. Yeah.
Well, Yale, the School of Drama, has a master's program. Just FYI. Yes. And some great people have come through here.
Incredible people. Yeah.
Just so if you thinking about it.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
We love to have you. We love to have you here. So come and see what New Haven is all about. So you've got 2 days here. I think y'all are running from the 12th through the 14th, I believe. And I think that's right. And you got two nights, which is a lot. Yeah. And then you're on your way to Atlanta where your people are going to see you.
Yes.
Which will be lovely. So do you know these actors? Who are you in this show with? Have you known some of them before? Do y'all see each other in spaces and places?
Yeah, so we do all travel together. We all get on the bus together, just yesterday we were all flying together from Buffalo to right now we're in Columbus, Georgia.
Oh,
And yeah, so we we all stay at the same hotels and stuff. So we do see each other, we interact with each other. A lot of the group I did not know, but there were a few that I had worked with. There was there's one person who I worked with a few years ago in Colorado. Actually, Bryce, who plays Paul Williams, he and I actually read in each other's first self tapes for it. We were working on a production of Beautiful, the Carole King musical, together in
oh
South Carolina.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
actually remember telling him, I was like, "Oh, Ain't Too Proud is going back out." And he was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, we got to do this audition." And we actually read with each other in those tapes. And now here we are doing the work together. We both
I
got it, which
I
is great.
love this. I love this. I love. So now, do you know what you're gonna do after Ain't Too Proud, or you take a little time?
Yeah, so some people have different things. Me personally, I've got some stuff that's in the works. But like I said a few minutes ago, truly, I was talking to my mom about this just yesterday. I was like, my spirit says that I need to go lay down somewhere. I need to sit down for a little bit.
Now, do
I
you
need
do
to
it in
sit
the
down for a little.
Caribbean? Do you go to the continent? Like where do
Right.
you lay down at?
I've got a I'm planning a trip this fall to go to London. I've never gone to London before.
Oh, you'll love it.
And I've been wanting to go for years. I got this shiny passport that I haven't used much, and so I said, let me go ahead and hop the pond, right? And I'll have a little time off, in the fall. So I was like, let me see what I can do and get on over there.
Oh, that's what. Now, do you get to have much of a private life when you're doing all this traveling and auditioning and do you?
It's hard. It's hard. I am fortunate in that, like, a lot of times, I end up having my own space through like my own dressing room or through different. So for me, that's been helpful. Not everybody gets that, unfortunately, but we've all sort of, since we've been on the road for so long, we've all sort of had to find ways to take that time for ourselves. Just now, I'm in the lobby of the hotel where we are, and I can see a few of the folks who are in the show also in the lobby, just taking moments to read or meditate or whatever it is that you do to start your day and get things going.
Well, I know that you'll be here in New Haven from May
Yes.
27th, 28th, 30th, June 3rd, the 5th, and the 6th. So I'm gonna do my best to try to catch one of these. I love the Temptations, and
It's
I
an incredible
love
show. It's
that
an incredible show.
that people have said, let's tell the story of this sort of Motown. I mean, they could equally do the Supremes. They could equally do Marvin Gaye. They could equally do,
Yes,
all the people from that moment. And that
absolutely.
you, as a young person, is still interested in portraying these kinds of characters.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's interesting when we played Detroit several months ago, and we got to have
And
a
that's got to
personal
be a tough
tour.
one right there.
Yeah, we got to have a tour of the Motown Museum, and it was such an incredible opportunity to like be in that space and to be where so many of these iconic songs were written and recorded. And yeah, I was like the history of it, the something that we talk about and that has been passed on to us from other folks who have done this show on Broadway, who have been on previous national tours of it. Something that they say to us is, thank you for continuing the legacy. The legacy is going, and of course, the Temptations are still up. They were just on TV a few days ago. You see them all the time, and Otis is still performing with them.
Yes.
And it's so exciting to be a part of the Motown legacy and of the Temptations legacy every night. And that's something that is not lost on me. It's something that I don't take for granted. To be able to do my part in sharing the story. And you're right, the Supremes, Marvin Gaye, it's so interesting. Something that we learned, or I guess we knew kind of, we talked about it a little bit in the show, but that we learned from our time at Motown is that so many of these people, they all grew up in the same neighborhood, lived down the street from each other, and then
Yes, that was
became
the
some of the
crazy
most
part. I
became
always
some of the
found
most iconic
fascinating.
musicians and most well-known people in the world.
Yes.
And so it's such a remarkable, incredible story. And we're so proud to be able to share it.
I misspoke about when y'all are here. These were the dates they were sending me that you all were available to talk to me.
Okay.
I was like, wait, where am I going? So, but people can contact the Shubert Theater for tickets. I believe I believe y'all are here like two nights.
Yes, I think we've got 2 nights in New Haven. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 nights in New Haven, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
And everybody and their mom are going to be at this thing.
Wonderful.
It's going to be, I'm sure it's going to be a packed house because people have great love for the Temptations here.
Yes.
And to see y'all performing. All right, so before I let you go, you did say when you rest, you like to watch TV
Yeah.
and movies. What was the last best thing that you watched?
Okay, so you know what I've been watching. So I grew up I grew up watching daytime soap operas with my great grandmother and my grandmother, and so I
Oh,
still
you
will.
are a Southern boy. I know you. I know you.
And so
Yes.
I still will check in sometimes just because it's the content is always coming and it's a lot of fun. I always tell people I like my drama on screen. I don't like it and like. And so there's a new black focused soap opera
Oh,
that
the Gates, all right?
Beyond the
Beyond the
Gates
Gates
that's
or
on
something?
CBS. Beyond the Gates, it's on
How
CBS
is
and
it?
Paramount Plus, and I've been
I've been
watching.
recording them, but I haven't
Yes,
watched them, so I must
you
have
got to
like
watch it. It's
8,000
good.
shows.
You got to watch it. It's good. It's so good. And it's a really surprising story in a lot of ways. And it's about family and about power and about the stuff that comes with that, which is also sort of what our show is about. It's really incredible. I've been having a great time watching it.
Oh my gosh.
That's been like the main thing I've been watching lately.
I haven't recorded, so
Yes.
so I was like, from day one, I haven't sat down, I
Yes.
hadn't had
Yeah.
time to watch. So I was like, let me get me a good day, look a good rainy day, and I'm gonna just go
Absolutely.
through some of them. Well, that's pretty good. So would
Yeah.
you consider doing a episodic television
Oh
drama?
gosh. Oh, absolutely. That's been a dream of mine forever. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, I love that.
Without question. Yeah.
Well, now you're speaking into existence.
Absolutely.
Now you're
Okay.
gonna
Yeah.
get a call.
And that's powerful. That has been so powerful in my life to speak things forward. Speak things
Yes,
forward.
yes. Well, Rudy, it
Yeah.
has been such a pleasure talking to you.
Absolutely.
I hope
Absolutely.
I
Well,
see
I
you
just want to say
again.
before I go,
Yes.
also, I just want to say to anybody who is thinking about coming out to the show, if you love this music, it's so incredible to hear it and to see us moving, but also it's a really compelling and beautiful, powerful story about a group of brothers who were met with such fame and great opportunity and what happens next. Ups, downs, ins and outs, you'll laugh and you will cry. And have an incredible time. It's a really wonderful evening.
And before you go, would you say it's an allegory tale? Like, would people look at it and be like, "Ooh," you know, or would they feel like it's a story of triumph?
I do think that it's a story of triumph in the end. I think that, despite all of the struggles that they came from and that they went through, I think that there's a line that I say at the end, which is the only thing that really lasts forever, the only thing that really lives forever, despite all of us as people, when we come and we go, the thing that really lives forever and the thing that they left behind is this incredible music, the
Mhm.
incredible memories that people have because of that. And as we can see that these songs were, first popular, these songs came out 60 years ago. And still, we'll be out at a restaurant and hear these songs, you know what I mean? We'll hear the way you do the things you do. And so it's like, it's truly that lasts forever. And so regardless of everything, the love is there and the power of the music is there.
I love
And
that.
that comes through, and that's why it is timeless.
Well, you will be here from June 12th through the 15th.
Wonderful.
At the Shubert Theatre at 247 College Street here in New Haven. Y'all can get tickets. They're on sale. You can go to Shubert.com and don't miss out. And I believe they got some really nice pricing for some of these tickets. So
Oh, good,
people shouldn't
good.
miss them. Shouldn't miss them. So, oh, it was a delight to speak to you, and I look
Thank you
forward
so
to
much
your
for having me.
parents enjoying
Yes.
this
Oh, I'm
production
so
with you
excited for
in
them to see
it.
it. I'm so excited for them to see it. Yes. And for all of you guys in New Haven as well. I'm so excited for folks to see it. I love doing this. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
Yes, take good care and
All
good luck to
right.
you.
All right.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Woo! I love it. I love it. I'm a huge fan of the Temptations. Thank y'all for hanging out and listening. Mr. Foster is about to jump off, and but you can see him June 12th through the 15th at the Shubert. So get your tickets, Shubert Theater, Shubert.com, and get you some tickets. So it's going to be wonderful. So to see the you got a smile so bright. You know you could have been a son. I'm holding you so tight. I love the Temptations. Love, love, love. Harry, you have to play some Temptations on the way out. Like on my way out. Like on my way out. You know. Um, can't get next to you. Can't get next to you. I love that. I wish it would rain. Uh, let's see what else. Oh my God! All the tempt. Uh, Heard It Through the Grapevine, which the Temptations did, Gladys Knight did, I think Smokey Robinson did too. So I told you that interchangeable stuff that they always did. That you have never in history seen that again. Where the music, where somebody could take a song and make it a hit, somebody else gets the song, they make it a hit, somebody else yet again takes the song and make it a hit. That was such a Motown kind of thing. It was just the craziest thing. So you have all these different versions of these songs, you know. You know, I Heard It Through the Grapevine is one of them. I think even Marvin Gaye did it. So, you know, there's a lot of that. So if you want to relive this music and be in the moment, go see this show. I'm gonna try to figure this out for myself. I don't know how because I'm in a play too, but I want people to see the Ain't Too Proud to Beg. I believe I've seen it already, and when it first toured some years ago. I believe I saw it already. But you know, I never tired of seeing it again. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. So I'm sorry, Ms. Martin couldn't jump on with us first thing this morning, but thank you, Kevin Ewing, Rev Kev, for jumping on and talking about the Visionary Leadership Awards from the Arts and Idea International Festival of Arts and Ideas. June 11th, she will be in conversation with Jennifer Newman at the Cooperative Humanities High School, and the reception to follow. So walk around the corner and go to that. Buy tickets, go see it. And Ain't Too Proud to Beg will be here June 12th through the 15th. Do not miss. It was lovely talking to Rudy Foster. Young man, beautiful man. And I hope that his parents will just, their smiles would be the spotlight for him, you know. Because, you know, as a parent, we love seeing our children do stuff. And we want them to have success. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. So the International Festival of Arts and Ideas is in their 30th year. And it's on. So come and celebrate 30 years of this festival that not only happens in our city, happens for our city, and you should come and be a part of it. There's lots of stuff. Majority of it, I think Kev said 85% of this festival is free. Stuff going on the green, it's free. There's ticketed things. So go check it out and go see Ain't Too Proud to Beg. Anthony McDonald over there at the Shubert is really, and his team, boy, they have brought and are bringing some very interesting and popular theatrical productions, you know. So I know you want to run to Broadway all the time, but you know, get your entertainment close to home sometimes. That's a wonderful way to do that. Say that. So I thank y'all for making my first day at my house studio in my new house feel good. It feels really good. So I'm about to get out of here, and I definitely will be back tomorrow. Harry, I think I'm coming back tomorrow. I think I am. So I'll see y'all. I'll see you then. I know you want to be there, but I refuse to let you go. If I have to beg, please, for your sympathy. Ain't nobody singing these songs like this no more. This is such a great song. Much to me, ain't you proud to beg? As you know it, please don't leave me, girl. Ain't you proud to be, baby? Please don't leave me, girl. Now I've heard a crying man is half a man with no sense of pride. But if I have to cry to keep you, I don't mind weeping if it'll keep you by my side. Ain't you proud to beg, sweet darling? Oh, don't leave me, girl. Ain't you proud to be, baby? Please don't leave me, girl. If I have to sleep on your doorstep all night and day, just to keep you from walking away, let your friends
land. Even this I can stand, 'cause I wanna keep you any way I can.